Hello and welcome to Live Mindfully, the podcast that encourages us all to take a different look at our lives. I'm Laurie and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. Today we are discussing the art of slowing down, what the benefits are, how to do it, and why rushing actually doesn't get you anywhere faster. I wanted to start today's episode off with a story. I used to work for someone who said to me during a work appraisal, "Hey, I know clock off time is at 5, but I would prefer you to sit at the desk until at least 5:30. We need to show the bosses your commitment to this job, and walking out the door at 5 p.m. along with everybody else shows them you're only interested in doing your work and leaving." The problem was that I was only interested in doing my work and leaving. And if I wasn't completing the daily tasks that she had set for me, then I probably would have given her comment another thought or two. But this comment baffled me. She then went on to say, "There's always another task I can set for you if you're getting bored." I wasn't getting bored. I was tired of her though. She was a fast-paced, live-for-work kind of girl, which is fine, except for the fact that no one appreciated her, especially the bosses. She was wound so tight that HR was worried she was one step away from a nervous breakdown. And she was the complete opposite of everything I was or desired to become. So I set about finding another job. I remember retraining my replacement and her having a panic attack in front of me. I remember her saying, "You can't possibly tell me that you achieve all this in one 8-hour day." I remember asking her to take some deep breaths, and I remember feeling really bad about the fact that because I refused to sit at my desk until 5:30 p.m, my boss kept piling tasks onto me and creating fake deadlines to keep me there. And sooner rather than later, this poor soul was going to be looking for another job because she couldn't keep up with the pace of my boss. This is an example of not slowing down. This is an example of cramming another thing into your already busy day and not giving yourself ample opportunity to rest and reset. Research says that in an 8-hour day, employees are only really productive for 2 hours and 53 minutes. Research also says that our brains need to take purposeful breaks, anywhere from 5 minutes to 60. The research on how often we should take breaks varies between 30 minutes to 90. But one study completed by Desk Time, a productivity app that lets employers see if their people are working or goofing around, found the most productive workers engaged in job-related tasks for 52 minutes and then took a 17-minute break. But in order for this to be effective, the research found that you have to completely refresh your brain and body to increase your energy, productivity, and ability to focus. Unfortunately, purposeful breaks do not include scrolling on social media. Sorry. Purposeful breaks do include things like getting out in nature, especially earthing, where you place your bare feet on the ground. Meditation. There it is again. If meditation is a word that brings up stress and anxiety for you, instead think of it as stillness. Set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes and sit in stillness, preferably with your bare feet connecting with the earth. Take a walk. Have a 15 to 20 minute nap. Practice deep breathing. This one is my favorite. Daydream. Take yourself to a park or your own backyard, somewhere out of the office, and sit and look around you. And then soften the eyes and allow the mind to wander. Stand up and stretch. Listen to music. Tidy something. Your desk, your office, your home. Hang out a load of washing. Have a healthy snack. call a friend, or draw, do Sudoku or word search, something that makes you feel calm but is not related to work. Find activities that give your mind a break and allow you to breathe deeply, laugh, move your body, be creative, or zone out on purpose. These are the kinds of activities that help you re-energize and refocus. And if you can, stack the good stuff. As I mentioned above, meditation while earthing, or call a friend while stretching, or listen to music while cleaning up your desk or preparing a healthy snack. Research also shows that rushing, whether that be to a destination or through a task, can cause you to make more and often silly mistakes and possibly put your life or others in danger. It also increases your stress levels and makes you more negative to be around. And all in all, you're likely to only buy yourself an extra 3 minutes or so. So, what can we do to start to solicit a slower pace of life? Well, the key is to look at your environment. Often we or someone else has placed a level of urgency on a task we are completing. So the first step is recognizing that this has taken place, and then ask yourself if that deadline or level of urgency is actually real. If it is, then you may need to adjust your day to accommodate this. Often though, it's an illusion. And if that's the case, remind yourself that this task has no real set timeline other than the one that you or someone else has placed on it. And that if you rush, you're likely to get it done only 3 minutes faster than if you don't rush. Step 2, take purposeful breaks every 52 minutes. Earlier, if you find your mind wandering. Later, if you find you're really engaged in the task, but no later than 90 minutes. Set a timer on your phone or watch so that you can keep track of this and actually take the break. And if you want the reminder of what constitutes a purposeful break, skip back to 3 minutes and 52 seconds in this podcast and listen to the suggestions I gave again. Step 3. Be reasonable with your calendar and with yourself. When a boss says, I'm going to need that now, or this really is an urgent item, make sure they are aware that other tasks are going to need to be pushed back. This can be really difficult, especially if you have a boss like my former one, and the last thing you want is to make an enemy in the workplace. But most people are reasonable. And foregoing your piece to meet a boss's BS ball-breaking work schedule isn't worth it in the long run. For sure, there are going to be times when you have to work back or work more. And of course, this will depend on your role and where you sit on the career ladder. But none of us are capable of working 12 hours straight, day in, day out. We need rest and rejuvenation. It's imperative for our mind, body, and spirit. And finally, step 4. Remember that a time is never going to come when you are done. Often we rush and live a more fast-paced life because we figure we can get ahead of that never-ending list or tasks we need to complete. Or we think that other people are going to be in awe of what we can achieve. Again, this is an illusion. Once one task is complete, another one will be waiting for you. And in truth, no one really cares what anyone else is getting done in a day. We're too busy focusing on what we need to get done. There is always going to be more that can be done. Try to look at breaks as an equally important component of your day, because rest and slowing down are the things that keep you fit and healthy. These are the things that give you more energy, more focus, and more productivity. One of my all-time favorite quotes that I remind myself of often is from Adi Da Samraj. Relax, nothing is under control. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share it across your socials. Follow, rate, and review this podcast. You can find me on Instagram at lifewithlaurie_ or on Facebook at the Live Mindfully with Laurie Moore Facebook page. I'll be back next week. Until then, take good care of yourself. And remember, it's probably time to take a break.